Happy Sunday. So I am kind of doing like an impromptu, I don't know, reading vlog just for the day. Last night, my husband and I had a date night. We went to see, excuse my kids downstairs, as always. We went to see V.E. Schwab last night at an author event in Saratoga. So I'm going to upload clips of that. And then today we've just been kind of relaxing at home, ignoring some chores. There's a bunch of laundry to be done, but my husband and I have been reading outside because it's pretty nice out this week. And so I thought we could just have a chill vibe for the day. He just went to go get some breakfast. So I'm going to do a little bit of an update of what I've been reading.
Preserving force. And for Addie, that is defiant joy and stubborn hope. It is never knowing what you will see tomorrow and knowing that if you stop today, you are guaranteed you won't. And I think it's the only thing that keeps her going. And I think something has to, because look, spite keeps her going for quite a while. Like, anger at Luke keeps her going for quite a while. But the thing about anger and spite is that they are short-term fuel. They do not sustain us indefinitely. And eventually the spite and the anger wears out. And what are you left with? You're either nothing or hope. And hope sustains so much longer. And so that is the driving force. It's why Addie and I are not the same. Addie, people are always like, oh, so you must be Addie. And I'm like, absolutely not. I wish I were. She's an aspirational character, of course, for me, but I'm Henry. Henry Strauss is an autobiographical character for me in many, many, many ways. Henry is who I would have been if I had not found writing when I did. But I gave him so many pieces of me. I am Henry. I am the person who is getting through to that next day, not because of optimism, but because I understand that whatever I'm going through is a short-term malady. Because that's like when you have mental illness, that is like the lie that the brain tells the body is that whatever you're going through in this moment, as bad as it is the best you will ever feel again. That it will only get worse. And so I gave him that concept of storms, this idea that if you can just batten down the hatches, if you can wait it out, the nature of a storm is that it ends. I am Henry. I am not waiting for elephants in Paris, but I am trusting that if I can hold on, a storm will end. If Addie could create art, what would she create? Oh, you gotta start with a hard question, really? It's so interesting because Addie is an artist in the beginning. Addie is drawing. I feel like Addie would create those kind of Leonardo da Vinci, like Da Vinci-esque sketches. I never envisioned her as a painter. I only ever envisioned her with pencil. I think that there's a lightness of touch there, kind of an intimacy. It's a little shy, but it's very, very delicate. I think that she would do pencil. Next, you have to pick because it stresses me. Yeah.
Can you tell us about starting a new project? How does this start writing a new book work?
Ooh, how does the start of writing a new book work? Well, because I'm an ornery asshole, I start at the end. And I truly mean that. 20-something books in, the ending is where I begin. I reverse engineer everything that I do. So I start at the end and I figure out where my characters, where my leads end up. A great example is A Darker Shade of Magic. I know what that last scene is, with Lila walking away. I know this. And then I rewind the entire story in my mind to figure out who these people are when we first meet them. And then I start. So the reason I do that, it sounds like a cool writer quirk. It's not. I do it because I'm extremely tempted to quit. I know this about myself. I will talk myself out of my own merit every single time. But when you start writing a book, or any story-shaped thing, it's like standing at the edge of a desert and just staring at sand and having no idea how far that desert goes. When you come up with an ending that you're excited about, you turn that desert into a football field. It's still an amount of distance that you will have to cross, but it is now finite, and you can see the other side. So on good days, you cannot wait to cover that distance, and on bad days, you will not quit because it is finite. And so what I do is I come up with the ending in the distance, and then I come up with the beginning, where I start, and then I start laying breadcrumbs from here to there. Sometimes there are 10, sometimes there are, I think for Abby there were 300. I plan the entire thing out. This is my brainstorming part. People who like fly by the seat of their pants are like, but what about the joy? What about the creative joy? That's brainstorming. My creative joy happens before I actually write the sentences that you read. It happens when I'm dreaming the story up. But I will just be like, okay, here's I am, and there's where I need to go. What's one thing that needs to happen? And I drop a pin. And then I say, okay, from here to where I am, what's one thing that needs to happen? And I drop a pin. And I do it over and over and over again until I have a beautiful outline of the entire book, and then I write the entire thing out of order. Every scene, every chapter, and I say scene, and I want you to understand the level of chaos that I mean. You know when you get a new puzzle, and you just dump the pieces out? I do that with sentences. Like, I write the sentences in my chapters out of order. Because I have like a map of like 8 lines maybe of everything that I want to happen in that scene. And then I just start coming up with sentences for that scene. Maybe a first sentence, maybe a line of dialogue, a description, until I have a puzzle's worth of sentences just sprawled on the table before me, and I start interlocking them.
Okay. I've tried to record this twice. Hopefully this time is it. Anyway, I have been diving into romantic comedy by Curtis Sittenfeld. And so this was the April book of the month, one of the ones that I had picked. And I kind of just picked it up because I've been in like a rom-com mood. I haven't really been following my TBR at all for April. Figures. March was such a good month for me, and then April, it's just like I'm back to my usual. But anyway, so I've been pushing through this one. The writing style for me is very, very different. So it is following Sally and a couple other characters that she works with. There's a show called The Night Owl, basically a fictional SNL, where they have like the whole rundown and how like writers work with each other. And then the guest host for the week or the musical performer. So I think just the structure of the writing for me for some reason is like throwing me off. It is very choppy. Like it just doesn't flow good, but I honestly think that it's just because of the way that the show is. And so I think it's written very well in the context of being like a book about skits, kind of. But like the amount of breaks in a sentence or having to explain stuff just throws me off. Like it's hard to get through the pages because the writing style just doesn't flow for me. But regardless of that, the plot itself is interesting, and that's what's keeping me invested at the moment. So I do hope to finish this today. I think I'm halfway through, a little less than halfway through, so like 45%. I've been in like a rom-com mood and haven't been reading much else. I've been skipping back between rom-coms and poetry. Sorry, I'm so distracted right now. Okay, so my plan for today was to get out of the house, but that's not happening. So at the moment, we are just gonna be, at the moment, my plan right now is to kind of just switch between being outside and inside. I've gotten a lot of sun recently, so I'm like trying to let my skin just moisturize and breathe a little bit. And you know, the kids had spring break all week, so it has been kind of hectic. My daughter started gymnastics yesterday, which was so cute. She had the best time. I just think we're gonna hang out here for a little bit before, you know, school starts up again tomorrow, and just all the chaos that life with 3 kids brings. And yeah, honestly feeling a little bit burnt out, but not terribly. So I really am just leaving today to sit, be still, and get through some books. I still have to start Pineapple Street. I have not started it, so my plan is to finish romantic comedy and then switch over to Pineapple Street. There's a bunch of other stuff calling my name ever since last night, like listening to V.E. Schwab talk and like just remembering everything about like Addie LaRue and her other books. Like I just want to completely like derail everything and like reread Addie LaRue. I still have like half of the Shades of Magic trilogy and I haven't gotten to that, but she was talking about that last night too. So like part of me just wants to like reread all of her stuff. We are winding down. Did I say it's Monday night? That's how my day is going. It is Monday. Let me start over. It is Monday night. 7:30. We are starting to wind down and get ready for bed. The kids are having a oatmeal snack downstairs. Last night I finished romantic comedy. I did end up giving it 4 stars. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. So after the like 110 page mark, it really started to pick up. It just wasn't, there wasn't like explanations on everything and who's who and how everything works. Like I get that it was a necessary build up for like the background of who Sally was as like a writer and how they met, and so I get that aspect of it, but then like the rest of it, because it was a pandemic, kind of like completely derailed the book. Which, so is it relevant to the times? Yes. Like it went from, you know, 2018 I think when they first met, and then the, you know, gap of like 2 years after they had like an awkward thing at a bar, they didn't continue their friendship or wherever it was leading. And then he reached out to her during the pandemic through email. They started chatting, then they started visiting each other, and she kind of in the whole process of things was thinking of the rule that they had made a skit about, just thinking that she wasn't worthy of someone that looked different than her. It's an interesting take. I mean, I don't know. The romantic side of things, I think, is a little bit hard for me to grasp, because it's not like like she was a writer for the show. She was decently known. Like, she wasn't like being sought out at like grocery stores and stuff, but she was decently known in their community. And it just still seemed like she kind of like put herself down all the time. I don't know. It was much more well done than I had thought going into it. Like, if you would have asked me at like page 50 if I was going to rate it over 3 stars, I would have definitely said no. But the way that things took off and the way that things ended from like 110 pages to the end was definitely worth it. So overall, I thought it was cute, and I'm glad that I like didn't. I think it's one of those where I could have easily put it down and not wanted to pick it up just based on that first chunk of the book, but that was the ending of that one. And then I picked up The Treehouse Library, Pages & Co. This is book 5, I believe, in the Anna James Pages & Co. book series. And this is part of my Adventure April, because y'all know I am slacking pretty bad. So I am trying to get through. I am about a third of the way through this, so I am hoping to, if not finish it tonight, get a big chunk out of the way and then start some other stuff. I'm just like really in a vibe to start like picking up. Like, I can feel myself like reading stuff and I'm like, you're reading too slow, go faster. So I am trying to kind of push my way through this a little bit faster than normal instead of like savoring it. So hopefully that doesn't bite me in the end. This is about Miles. Miles or Milo? Milo. Milo's, excuse my kids, Milo's uncle is poisoned by a book in the last book in the series. He is poisoned, or I think he was poisoned by a book. He was poisoned. Tilly's grandfather was poisoned by a book. I'm not really sure how Horatio was poisoned, but he has like his own secrets. He's protecting his nephew and a bunch of other people that we didn't realize until he's poisoned and he's knocked unconscious. So Tilly's grandparents are taking care of him while Milo and his new friend, the alchemist's daughter, are going to the treehouse to look for cures. And so it is a cute adventure. I have to say, I don't know if I'm loving the different character dynamics. I just don't know how to explain it. I think I'm just so used to like Tilly being the main person that like I'm enjoying the other characters in this book, but I don't know if it's either, it honestly could just be because it's like a children's series and it is like the 5th one, that maybe I'm just as an adult not fully enveloped in it, and that's okay. But it still is interesting enough, and I'm still tagging stuff that like are little inspirational like quotes for kids and adults too. So it is definitely cute, and I will push through this. I do not know what I'm picking up next. I did post on my Instagram if I should either start the ACOTAR series, because I bought books 1 and 2. They were recommended to me recently, and so I figured, I actually figured since Book Depository is closing, I ordered a couple of books off of their site, which is sad to hear. Yeah, so I had posted a poll on either starting ACOTAR or rereading Addie LaRue, since I just saw V.E. Schwab. And so far, well, let me see. I was gonna say, so far, when I checked, hopefully it didn't go away already. I don't remember when I posted it. Let's see. Oh, it's still there. Oh my gosh, and it's back to 50-50. Come on. Bummer. It was posted 23 hours ago, so this is literally gonna be how it ends. It's a 50-50 tie. I might as well just do both of them then. Well, now I don't know what I'm picking up next. I'm probably going to start both. I did want to also start Dark Shade of Magic trilogy because the fourth one, the way that she was describing it at her event was definitely interesting. I think it's a part of the series, but in a different way. So like it's still in a block set. Like when you look it up, it posts the Darker Shade trilogy, but then like the cover is different. So I don't know if it's like similar characters, but like a different, I don't know. I don't know what to expect because I haven't read them. So back to what I was saying, that one comes out on my birthday, September 26th, and I feel like I should read the trilogy soon rather than later. So I think I'm going to start Darker Shade of Magic and reread Addie LaRue and just have like a V.E. Schwab month maybe. I just have so many plans for myself, and I keep looking at my shelves over here and I'm just like, there's so many good things just looking at me. Like there's not enough time for how many books I have. There's not enough time. Like, can I just show you my view right now? So this one is one I've been dying to get to. This is one I've been dying to get to. This is one I've been dying to get to. This is one I've been dying to get to. How Not to Drown in a Glass of Water. This is one I've been dying to get to, and this one, these two. I just bought the third one so that I can go right in order. This is one I've been dying to get to. This is one I've been dying to get to. Let's see what else we got here. That's one I've been dying to get to. That is huge though. This is one that I kind of want to get to. I might pick this up on audiobook. I don't know why I said it like that. I might pick it up on audiobook soon. This is one I've been dying to get to. I'm praying that I don't forget the first book because Lord knows I'm not going to reread that. This is one I've been dying to get to, and I just bought it, so that's not helpful. I still have my May picks, my April picks. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what month it is. This is all the stuff that is just staring at me. I just got this one too, about Frank Sinatra and Ava Gardner. I have so many that I want to get to. I'm having like a crisis right now. Anyway, I'm gonna put this down and pick this up and stop my whining. Let's do it. So quick update. I'm gonna keep reading this, but I am gonna lay down just because I have a super busy day tomorrow. So Milo and Alicia are trying to find a cure. They find Milo's grandmother. Alicia, like I said, is the alchemist's daughter. So there's a couple of like non-trusting, I'm sure this is just because I'm an adult, but there are some non-trusting perspectives, or I don't know. I'm just not believing that the people that they think are going to help them are. But they are at the treehouse with the botanist. They found Milo's grandmother, who his uncle had been hiding to protect her. There's a joke about her not being, I don't even know, protected, but like that she's a prisoner. So I don't know. I'm not sure if I 100% trust the botanist or I 100% trust Alicia. I'm just not sure of the vibes I'm getting. But like I said, I'm 1/3 of the way through. So I have big plans to get very close to finishing this tonight. I'm interested to see how it ends, and I do believe there is another one coming next year. I want to say 2024, but yeah. I think I'm gonna close out this vlog because I want to do another reading vlog this coming weekend, so I think I'm gonna start that Friday. Yeah, I'm gonna add the V.E. Schwab author event stuff. I'm gonna add some reading vlog from yesterday, a nice cozy Sunday outside, and then a little bit of the reading tonight, and I will see you soon. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you're reading below, because I love adding to my TBR. I love knowing what other people have read, and if it's something that I've read and I liked. And if you are interested in the book club, please do click the link below. I would love to have more people join so that we can have real discussions. So yeah, happy Monday. Hope your week goes well, and I will see you soon. Bye.